I said, my name is MacArthur Jr. I'm running for the state rep position that was vacated due to passing Steve Valancourt. I'm not a politician. I've never worked a campaign. I've never knocked on doors. I've never done any of that until these past couple of months. Tired of standing around and complaining and doing nothing about it. So that's what kind of prompted me to throw my hat in the ring and try to do something a little bit different. I have a very no-nonsense approach to how things should be done. Whether that's going to go well up in Concord, probably not. But I can guarantee you my voice will be heard. A little bit about me. I've been a Manchester resident since 1970. Since my folks were in Arizona when my father was in the Air Force. And both my brother and I were born out there and kind of came back with them when they moved back to Manchester. I am a professional truck driver. I've been driving tractor trailers now for 24 years. As you can see from the way I'm dressed, I came right from work to come here. So I don't look as good as these guys, but I try. I'm also on the board of directors of a local nonprofit club where we do a lot of work for gathering stuff for the Toys for Tots. And we do a lot of work for the Liberty House right here in Manchester. It's a homeless veteran shelter. I've done a lot of work recently with all the hurricanes we have. Through my club, we've been gathering donations and getting it down to the people that need it the most. So I have a pretty good history of volunteer work, and this is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be on a bigger level, but it's still volunteer work. So I think that's something I'd really like to try. To stick my nose into this as far as taxes. Everybody from the municipal end of things, you see your tax rate, your tax bills, and everything right here. Well, that money does go somewhere. Some of it stays here in the city, some of it goes up to Concord. And it's up there that we got to rein in the spending just a little bit. Do you know, no offense, there's a gravel tax here in New Hampshire. Do you know that?
That's my last name. So
Yeah.
he's giving me a dig. I did not know that. I'm not getting any benefit from this tax, unfortunately.
No, but there's a gravel tax in New Hampshire. There's a 7% communication tax on two-way communication. So your cell phone bills, you have a communication tax that's payable to the state of New Hampshire at the rate of 7%. Do you think we may be able to do away with a little bit of that? Yeah. It's some really neat things that are just being taken from us that most people don't know about. So now that I'm doing a little bit of digging, I'm finding stuff that I'm really not all that crazy about. So again, like I said, I'm not a politician. I'm probably not going to fit in very well up there if I get elected, but that's okay with me because I'm kind of used to that. So one of the biggest things I do, I am a firearms instructor. I teach safe gun handling. I teach a lot of the safety stuff that's involved in this. I'm also a Second Amendment advocate. So our rights are under attack constantly. And then when you have what we had earlier this month in Las Vegas, it's really disgusting to see somebody do that. And what happens after that is the legislators, oh, we got to ban this, we got to ban that, we got to take this away, we got to take that away. That's not going to solve any problems. Evil is going to be evil. There's nothing you can do about it. We need to get people to be responsible for what's out there. So if you can get people trained, if you can get people to recognize what these tools are, and they're nothing more than tools. It's just whether you choose to do good or evil with them. So we want to try to keep the evil people, the folks with, the folks that shouldn't have them, we try hard to keep them away. They always find ways to get them. So maybe we can work to that and then try to keep people, like a convicted felon. Convicted felon is by law prohibited from owning or possessing a firearm. But they have them all the time. We got to try to do something maybe to fix that problem. If we keep the bad people from doing bad things with it, everybody's going to be better off for it. So I don't have as big a long a speech as these guys, I'm just trying to wrap my stuff up in, one nice tight, tiny little ball.